Real 92.3, what up, LA? It brings me like so much pleasure when I get to bring people on that I really genuinely have a love for, I'm a fan of, and just basically fuck with. And we have Dizzy Wright in the house today.
What do you do?
Dizzy, how are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm really blessed. And you know what? I look at you and I could tell that it's not just a word that you're saying. Because especially with this next EP coming out, Wisdom and Good Vibes.
Yeah.
The fact that you kind of live on this theme, and it's not something that sometimes, not to go straight into it, but sometimes people like change up themes with every project that they go to. People go into different stages.
Absolutely.
Whereas I feel with you, it's a constant, just peaceful, good. Let's make music. Let's spread that, and let's spread that wisdom. I don't think I've ever seen you on your like, if I'm not mistaken, on your like super ratchet crazy like
on my gangster. Nah.
I think you could have gangster shit. Maybe not so much ratchet.
No,
but
I'm just playing. Yeah, I usually keep it real consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 8
tracks on this album,
yes.
or on this EP is what we're calling it, correct?
Yes.
And you're about to go on tour with Logic. Is it a little bit difficult to release something that close to tour, or do you think you can perform these songs on a tour and still be good?
Oh yeah, I think I could still perform and be good.
Mm-hmm.
Logic has his own momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these shows that I'm on were sold out before they even announced me.
Oh, I know. It's like some Coachella.
Yeah,
Logic.
he is killing it. So I'm looking at this as if I'm getting in front of people who don't know Dizzy Wright, even if they are familiar with what I got going on,
right.
even with everything that I've done. I'm looking at it as if nobody knows me, and I'm going to make new fans.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And to the fans that have been just around, I know, okay, so the Growing Process dropped at a very important time in my personal life when I was kind of going through transitions in my own job. And just the fact, like, I remember Train Your Mind specifically, it hit me on some, you know, okay, so this is my favorite part of hip-hop. One of my favorite records in hip-hop is Gangstar's Moment of Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like your advice when you don't know where to turn to for advice. Right. And it can hit you when you don't even know it. And I think that might be the best kind. And so I'm listening to Growing Process during this transition and maybe thinking certain ways or maybe not. And then when you just come on, it's like, it's kind of like that voice that you didn't even know was gonna come, so you weren't expecting it. But you told me, like, look, once you change this, everything, like, just change that perspective, change the perception of what you think, and it can change how your outlook. It can change the world around you.
Crazy, absolutely.
In making of the Growing Process, in making of songs like that, and now Wisdom and Good Vibes, is there something that you tap into when you're like, okay, let me take away distractions, let me focus on what I'm gonna give these people?
Well, I'm always focused on trying to be the best version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I knew everything at 18. I had my own apartment. I was paying bills. I didn't have a car, but I thought I was just as much of an adult as other people, you know? But I was always willing to soak up game, and because I've been soaking up so much game, now being 25, I feel like I realized how much I didn't know. And that learning is so cool.
Yeah.
And becoming the best version of yourself is loving yourself. You know, that helps it easier for you to trust people, you trust yourself, your instincts, you trust your judgment when you love yourself. And I feel like that's what I've been trying to get to in my life.
Right.
So it really has, not to make it all about me, but most of the time it is about me.
Right.
But I know that because I've been fortunate to travel the world and meet so many different kind of people, I know that everybody relates to the same shit. You know, we kind of all go through the same shit. So, yeah, I just put that energy in the world.
When you knew, or at this moment, because I think we all go through it, I think sometimes we're so built on an education system that learning then becomes a chore. Mm-hmm. So then you don't want to learn when you have to learn. And then if you don't see that learning can be when you like learning, it'll give you so much of an advantage. But when you were at this Dizzy Wright, I know it all stage, and then you found out like, yo, I didn't really know it all. What's one thing that you're like, damn, I really thought I had this down and I knew the law of this, and then of course it turned out to be something so different?
Well, lots of, but I think I was just, because everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
People come up with different backgrounds,
right,
and different upbringings, and my upbringing was trifling in a sense. I had 3 brothers and a sister. We were packed into a little apartment. We were in a rough neighborhood. We were all growing differently because we were 3 years apart, 2 years apart. So we were all kind of, and I realized being on my own, I just thought me being on my own made me an adult.
Right.
And actually taking care of myself and being on top of things and saving money or even thinking about a bank account at those times were just things that I wasn't doing. But I felt like an adult.
You got it, right.
Because I had an apartment and I was waking myself up and going to school. And I made myself graduate. So there was nobody to tell me, get up and go to school or catch your bus. I told myself those things. And that's what I felt like made me an adult. And it didn't.
At the end of the day, yeah, you still had growing to do.
It was the beginning. It was the beginning. Yeah, so it's crazy.
Now, when we talk about wisdom and good vibes, and I see that there's 8 tracks, are these special? Like, is there stuff you had to take out because it didn't fit the good vibes, or it didn't fit this theme that you're giving us with this project?
Yeah, I could have did an album, easily did an album. I had a lot of different stuff. I just felt like a lot of this music, I was able to go back in and make it all live, make the instruments all live, bring the band in, have the guitar really played, have the keys really played, have the bass really played, and I think that, yeah.
It's definitely something you have and you made and you took the time to curate when you have this EP that you're dropping. I think that when you hit me with that line, or you hit us with the line, and you're like, I'm not Tupac, I'm here to do it in silence, make the movement in silence. I understand how quiet, but how smart and what a gem you are to hip hop, to the people that listen to you, to the people that meet you. It doesn't even necessarily have to be someone that listens to your music.
Right.
I feel like you spread it there. Do you feel like you can't be this way if you were a mainstream rapper, or if you were more in the spotlight?
No, I think I'll be able to be this way. It's just gonna be a lot more going on. I see all the attention that the mainstream artists get,
and it's different. A lot of most of it's never about what is said on music.
You can't prepare for that type of stuff. You know what I mean? You could just you only can be yourself. You can only know yourself, like in these type of situations, because you're gonna get hit with. I get hit with now that kind of upsets me, and I'm just like, it upsets me because I don't understand it. You know what I mean? And I'm just in a place, and they're in a different place, and there it is. But I just imagine like being Kanye West, like walking
tenfold,
through the
100-fold,
airport,
right?
With people snapping, the camera in your face all the way to the elevator,
right?
And that's normal. It's supposed to be normal. You're supposed to just be a celebrity in those moments. So me, I'm preparing myself. I'm knowing myself, learning myself. So when that does happen, I'll be good. Smoke my weed and I'll be good.
I did have like this debate, because a lot of people kind of, I don't know if they might misthink, or it could be a misconception that people that smoke aren't intellectual, which people that smoke like a Bob, or like people that have given us a lot of stuff, have really smoked weed all this time. I kind of feel like there might be like, oh yeah, stoners are just or whatever. Do you think that stoners are actually smarter than the average rapper? Like a rapper that smokes over a rapper that doesn't?
Nah. I just think it's all about you, because sometimes people smoked at a younger age and it's just not for them anymore.
Right.
It's just. But I do think that smoking weed just sparks that different, I don't know.
Just like opens a door.
It opens that other door that you probably just, I'm not encouraging everybody to just go out and smoke weed. If it's your thing, it's your thing. It's my thing. And I think that it kind of makes, like and people can probably do this without smoking weed. But some people allow all their thoughts to stack on top of each other, and then they're stressing, and then they're going through it. They don't really know what to handle, so then they kind of tap out of handling some of the and then handle a little bit and then still be stressed and
Yeah.
then just kind of be all over the
It's like
place
a hectic
and fight
yeah.
when you fight with yourself. And for me, smoking weed, I'm able to flatten them thoughts all the way out,
Mm-hmm.
pick and choose out a few, deal with two at a time, deal with one at a time, put that back in the place where it's
Right.
supposed to be, pull another thought down and work on that. That's what weed does for me. I'm able to balance my thoughts
But
out.
it helps you structure stuff. Like, it's not stacked.
And some people may not be like that,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of intelligent people
Right.
that smoke the good herbs.
I
for
think
that reason.
I do see it. Like, I do see a lot of people, and I don't personally, but I see a lot of people that do smoke that are so peaceful. And it's not, we all live the same lives and have some similar problems and any kind of issue, but I don't know what it is that in your brain happens when you smoke, and it's like, okay, it's not the end of the world.
You could deal with those things a little easier. You know what I mean? A little easier.
Now, I saw this music video for the song Plotting, and it struck me by surprise that I got emotional over it. You're in a car with your friend. It's a hoopty. You guys get out around nice houses, and you're watching and just looking and kind of admiring the houses. But then, and I think that's why it hit me, because I think sometimes whether it's us as minorities or us in like that level of the lower class, as would be like, because I saw y'all in the car, that we're not meant to have it. We're meant to watch it happen to somebody else.
Yeah.
So the fact that y'all drove there, and then I think to me it turned from admiring the houses to being like, yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Just that switch in itself doesn't always happen to people. That switch of, yeah, I can get it too, is very, I don't know why it's rare within us, but it's very rare within us, because we kind of maybe settle for, okay, I'm just gonna see other people do it.
Yeah.
Can you tell me behind that, like the gist of the song itself?
Yeah, I mean, damn, it's crazy because I think everybody just sometimes needs to be pushed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you could see something, or you could overhear something, or somebody could say something that could, what's the word? Like reassure your motivation,
Mm-hmm.
remind you of
just
the
confirm
motivation,
it, yeah.
confirm your motivation. And that's kind of what we wanted to do. That's kind of what I wanted to do with Plotting. I wanted to confirm that I was still going to do what I've been doing.
Right.
And in the video, I just wanted to show him get motivated, so it could confirm people's feelings that, okay, that is,
Mm-hmm.
you can be
You
motivated. Like, there are other people out there that are being motivated, and, and then again, it's just, I think rap also just became really expensive, and like, where it's like, now, you want to have a lot of people want to have the biggest chains and the best outfits and the dopest cars and maybe a yacht, all the fine girls and all that cool shit. All the shit that normal people can only
the luxury, the vanity stuff, like
they can't really have,
Mm-hmm.
or that they have to kind of throw their life away sometimes to try to get, so I just want to put like reality things out there, that people are really kind of going through, and just kind of like motivate them in a sense on like, it's okay to go from level 2 to level 3.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to get to level 10, jump into level 8.
Yeah.
From level 2.
Test it out.
It's only gonna mess you up, because if you don't got the knowledge from 3, 4, 5, and 6, then you don't really know how to handle 8, or you're gonna find yourself trusting the wrong people, or doing the wrong things, or striving for the wrong thing, asking for the wrong things. Like, I see kids all the time that don't got 100 followers on Twitter but want to get paid for a show. Like, wait a minute.
Where's
like, it's just,
where's that foundation? It's so much in foundation that people don't see.
Yes, it's all about the grind.
I do want to kind of touch back on you saying that hip hop got expensive, because then I can see where we tend to, just as the onlooker, tend to cast ourselves out seeing how expensive it is. Like we just kind of like, oh, that can't be me. Like I couldn't get that stuff or that. And it's like that leads to the not try. Why try if I know I can't? Yeah. And sometimes, especially like with our hoods out here, people think they can't leave. Like it's crazy because like Sunset's right there, Hollywood Boulevard's right there. I know people that live probably like 10 minutes from there but have never been there because they think it's such an out of reach place. Yeah. Because they don't see above whatever block that they're in. Yeah. That's a mind state that's been given to us that I think your music helps crack. Because I know it's long, it's been hundreds of years where we've just kind of been told you are the have-nots. Y'all stay here. And it's as crazy as we might think it's other people telling us. Sometimes it's your mom telling you. Sometimes it's you telling you. Like sometimes it's us telling us we can't. So when you listen to music like yours, when I listen to music like yours, when I have my cousins listen to music like yours that aren't necessarily in the greatest of situations and don't think they can be because of their like, oh, because I had a DUI or because I went to juvie. It's like, no, like all of that is restrictions that you can hold on yourself. Right. So just thank you because I'm telling you, like you become that voice that isn't there as much as people may try to say there isn't a lane for that or that's not going to be successful. The success you attain is deeper than monetary. The success you attain is a life-changing of someone else's life. Appreciate that. And that in turn, of course, changes your life. It's lovely. It's wild, Dizzy, because it's so different, and that's why I love seeing you win. I love seeing like any Dizzy's doing this now and Dizzy's here now. Like that's cool because it's so necessary. And when you say like I want to do this in quiet, I understand that 100%, but I still will sing your praises because people need to know about you. People need to know who Dizzy Wright is. I know I haven't got to hear the other stuff, and I wish I could delve into it more. But I am proud of you again, and I'm proud of this new project. I probably already know that I'm gonna like it. I think that's how it goes with you, and I'm fine with it being that. They could be like you're biased, but it's like. I'd rather be biased towards good music, so that serves me no injustice. Why no funk volume on this tape? Why no features, no funk volume? I saw you tweet that.
Yeah, funk volume is officially not a label, right?
Not a label, not a crew?
Yeah, nah, we're homies still. Like we don't have problems with each other. The owners couldn't work it out. Okay. And it just was no funk volume without both of the owners, without the foundation of what I came into when I came into funk volume. It was a certain foundation that was completely broken for me. So I had to step away because that's not why I even
got in it in the first place. Got you.
So I just figured that I would go back to doing what I was doing before I got with funk volume. But I'm still working with the people that was working with me at Funk Volume, which is not going to be Funk Volume anymore because
is it split up into two different things now?
It's actually like everybody's just kind of parting ways. Okay. Focusing on their own shit instead of trying to uphold the label, I guess. Got you. Yeah.
So what would is Dizzy Wright going to do his own like a label type thing?
I'm thinking about it. Okay. Yeah, off the rip. Yeah. I'm planting my little seeds. But I'm not gonna get the fans too involved. Yeah. You know, they think they know everything.
And see the thing, we're so ready to pick teams. We're so ready to like, okay, who we gonna go with? This one's my favorite. Or even if when y'all were in a crew, like everyone would still be like, oh, so he's my favorite. No, he out raps so and so. So the fact it's just kind of like making that decision to settle this out here. But not let there be any animosity publicly.
I don't want them to think it's a side thing, especially for me. They already think it's a side thing already, and that's really not even the case. Right. But because we gave them a little bit, they ran with it.
Got you. Man, Dizzy Wright, thank you for coming by.
Always.
You know LA loves you. Then the thing is, like, you are known out here as if you were born in LA and you were an LA artist.
People always think I'm an LA artist.
Yeah, and it's like, just for the record, Las Vegas. Yeah, but do you think you just match the mood out here or the vibe?
You know what? I went to high school out here for a year. And
what high school?
Hollywood High.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, and
you saw some.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And Hollywood High is the school where they have the kids. I don't want to say transported, but they go pick them up on the bus. The kids from the hood and bring them to the school.
Yeah.
So I thought when I was going to Hollywood High, I was like, what? I'm about to see some stars.
Is there gonna be red carpet?
I was like, I'm gonna be going to school with Jaden Smith. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. I went there, it was all hood kids.
Exactly.
It was all crazy kids. But I got a lot of my swag from some of the kids I was hanging out with then, and you know, they put me up on, you know, the whole swag, the jerk movement swag before the jerk movement was a jerk movement. It was just kind of like y'all was just being fly.
Let's just do this dance move.
And that's what it was.
You were with Dr. Dre the other day?
I'm not gonna say that.
Well, there was a picture.
Yeah.
So you were with I
was technically, but I was actually with Exhibit.
Awesome.
I was there. I dropped a little 16 for Exhibit, and I played him some of the songs from the EP.
Okay.
And he played me some of his new stuff, and I was about to leave, and turned around, and Dre was standing right there. I was like, holy! I was like this.
Wait, did you hold your composure? Because I don't it's just
my
a
heart
moment.
My heart literally hit the floor just because, like, I mean, of course you want to be cool. You want to be cool when you meet Dre. You don't want to like act like no fan.
Yeah.
But I definitely was not. If I seen him walking towards me, I could have prepared more.
Oh, it just hit you like.
I just turned around and he was standing right there, and I was like, oh shit.
It's you. You're you.
I'm right dizzy. Like, yo. I'm dizzy right. My fault. Damn. I'm like, yo, damn.
Sometimes I wonder, like, if they know this person's going through it right now that I'm meeting, because they probably go through it with everyone.
You know what? When I'm on tour, I could see it in people. When people are shocked or whatever.
Are they shaking when you take a picture with them?
Knew. Some people, oh man, out the country, they
really
Harlem shaking the whole time.
I mean, are you cold?
I'm sorry, Dizzy. I'm just nervous. Oh, it's all good, man. You're making me nervous.
So awesome. And Exhibit too, on the other end of things, like I've always admired Exhibit, and I know Exhibit has a good ear for when he sees great talent. Like he's the one who I brought John Connor to the table as far as Interscope and Dre goes. So that's dope.
Yeah, Exhibit is the big homie. He's been in my corner now for a solid year, just, you know, giving his little advice when he can and just being an OG. So I got a lot of love for him.
Dude, thank you so much, Dizzy Wright, for coming up again. I know, like, with you, it's always like family. Whatever you got, I know it's going to be good. The people are going to follow. And if they haven't yet, they definitely need to.
Hop on that.
It's not even a suggestion anymore. Y'all need to. You got to. Thank you so much, Diz.
Always.